Hello everybody, welcome back with another episode of Mineplex. Actually, I never played this Mineplex server before, but I have been practicing. I got the rank Titan. And sorry, that was very weird. Oh look, it's Pink Sheep. Hello Pink Sheep. I'm not a big fan of you. I like Purple Ship better. This is not a sponsor. Anyway, so we will just be, I don't know, freaking around. I don't know, messing around but so anyway, we're just gonna have silly. This is gonna be like a explanation of what Mineplex is. So yeah, IP will be down below. So yeah, see. But anyway, let's start. So this is Mineplex's logo. As you can see, a big M with a crown on it, and I think that's a cool logo for something like that for a server. So here is the walkthrough. So let's start with the little arcade games. The arcade games are Sheep Quest, Super Spleef, Dragon Escape, and much more. So we have Wither Assault, Sheep Quest, Bomb Lobbers, Snake, Death Tag, Super Paintball, One in the Quiver, Micro Battles, Mixed Arcade, which is basically you go on one server and you play every single one of these. Evolution, Gladiators, Dragon Escape, Turf Wars, Runner, Super Spleef, and Sneaky Assassin. So, in the goal of Wither Saw, there's a team Wither and Human. The Withers have to find the Human and destroy them. If the Withers survive in 4 or 3 minutes, the Humans win. If the Withers conquer them and kill them in those 4 or 3 minutes, Withers will win. Next one, Sheep Quest. This one is basically where there's sheep in the middle, and the people have to steal it and put in their sheep pen. Or you can steal the other teams, but I think stealing the other teams is more sneaky. So let me do something really quick. Anyway, so I'll explain you this later. Next is Bomb Lobbers. Bomb Lobbers basically where you have 2 sides and you have to throw TNT together. Flying TNT. Until one will win. One team will win and last team standing. Next is Snake, where you basically you ride on a sheep and you go around, and it's just like Slitherall. I can tell you that. Death Tag is basically where there's 2 teams, Runner and Chaser. People can randomly become chasers, but people like to call it Thor because lightning strikes down and you become. Or you can just be very unlucky and automatically become one. Like first round, that's very unlucky. Next is Super Paintball. You probably guessed it, you have a paintball and you have to shoot to the other team until the team that's last standing will win. One in the Quiver is basically where you have 1 arrow in your hotbar inventory, and if you waste that arrow, you have to use your melee weapon to fight off. And if you kill someone with your melee weapon, you get an arrow. You only have 1 shot unless you kill another person with the arrow. You get 2. Next is Micro Battles. Micro Battles is a game where there's 4 teams. Each team has to kill other teams until the last team standing wins. And Evolution. This is probably what it is. The name itself explains it. You have to transform into different animals if you kill different mobs and if you kill a mob. Yep. Next is Gladiators. This was just added in where sorry for the lag. Can Mineplex, stop opening chests. I'll explain you to that later. Oh my, that was close. Gladiators. So gladiators is basically where there's 16 players. Players will be randomly transported into a box where there's another player, and they have to fight to the death until one player is standing. 1 out of the 16. Best PvPer. Who's it? Next is Dragon State. There's parkour, and it's fast-paced. It's like this parkour right there. You have to do it without stopping. So yeah, that's basically what Dragon Escape. And if you don't do it in there, there'll be a dragon that'll hunt you down forever. Turf Wars is basically what the name is. You basically use an arrow and you just basically and you just shoot it to the other team until they get all the turf. Next is Runner, where you basically have to run. It's like well, I forgot what it's called, but if you run, the blocks will fall down. So yeah. Next is Super Spleef. It's basically Spleef, just more things and more players. Sneaky Assassins is basically where you're all dressed as villagers or morphed into villagers, and you get power-ups, and you have to secretly kill these villagers without other villagers knowing. Next is Dragons. Dragons is basically when you're in a world with other people and there's dragons going into the land, and if you're the last person, you survive and you win. Next we have the survival. We have survival games, which you know what it is. Skywars, which you know what is. The bridges is where you basically, there's bridges that build up at the end of the time and you have to fight to death. And ultra hardcore, and this is basically UHC. This is only for pro PvPers. It's basically a let's play, but yeah, bordered. Next is Castle Siege, where you basically, there's 2 teams, Death and a guard, or I think, and the guard has to defend them from the king, because the king doesn't want to be killed by the king. And if the king's dead, the dead will win. If they survive until, and if the king survives until daylight, they will win. Block hunt is basically prop hunt. Speed builders is when you're timed and you have to build something, and if you don't build it in time and you're failing, you'd be out until the last person wins. Super Smash Mobs, basically where you become a mob and you just basically smash around, and if you're the winner, you're the winner. If the last person standing wins. Master Builders is basically judged by the players of how good the creativity it says. So for example, if you want to draw a wither, best creative wither. Draw My Thing is basically, you know what Draw My Thing is. Mind Strike is CSGO. Clans, beta is basically clans. Dominate is where I forgot what that is. I forgot what team deathmatch is. Actually, it's just teams and you have to fight to death with the other team. Capture the flag is capture the flag. And that should do it. Next, we will be talking about cosmetics. Particles is basically when you, things come out of you. Particles, little particle effects. Next, arrow effects. If you shoot an arrow, it'll have a little trail. Next is double jump effects. Basically, if you leap, you have this kind of cool trail, like that. Next is going to be death animation. So when you die, you basically have this thing, or death animation, or whatnot. Gadgets, ethereal peril. If you throw this, you'll basically be TP'd, but like you follow the peril. So it's dancing. Oh no, I'm stuck. No. No. Oh wow, this is embarrassing. But that was the ethereal pearls. Very glitchy, so I suggest you not do that. Next, fireworks. You know what that is. Next is going to be TNT. Throw TNT away until it blows up. Physics. Anyway, next is mounts, where you basically have this like mount and you ride on it. Next is a pets, and you have a pet. Next is hats, and there's hats. Costumes, you have costumes. Music, you have music. Taunts, you have taunts, which will be coming soon. Wind effects, wind effects. Game modifiers. So they basically imply gun models. So yeah. That was cosmetics. Next is message. So in /friends. If you do /f, there's going to be your friends list. Nothing much. You can send every friend request, toggle friends to display in chat, delete friends, friend requests. If you have friend requests, just 0. Friend requests from graphic boys and dog farts. Why? And so yeah, no, look already, because someone says like, do you want to become friends? Next is /message, where it says like swifter dreams. Okay, thanks, bye. Yeah, you can just message them, but it's kind of funny where if you don't leave any message and you just type message, it kind of leaves like these memes. So yeah, and that should answer that. Next is the double jump. Follow me, I have x-rays. How does... Well, anyway, so next, yeah, kind of funny memes, and now he's gonna report me. Wow, this is gonna be nice. That should cover about Mineplex. So, if you guys have enjoyed today's episode, please leave a like and subscribe. Just do it!